Okay, so my name is Jody Houston. I am a speech language pathologist, but now this is my second year being K2 coach at Fellsmere Elementary, and this year, a second year, is a lot better than the first, if anybody's in their first year. Whew! So one of the things just going to speak about today, because this is something we struggle with, I know the district too, is how do you incorporate intentional and engaging vocabulary, because vocabulary has to be taught intentionally, but it's not about memorizing words. So I think that's the misconception. Would I push enter? Yep. So these are three that we use, and we use all of these go from first grade to fifth grade that we use. So we do morphology. We have one teacher or one grade that calls it word math. The kids love it. And all of a sudden they came up with, so if I add that prefix, if I subtract that prefix, it makes a new word, so it's helped them understand it. Context clues and shades of meaning. So we put that in as a mini lesson every day using, for the context clues, it's just words. It's not necessarily wonders. They practice that in it. But our morphology always comes from, so we have the word wall from Wonders. We have all the words typed up. Anybody needs this, I can put it in the folder that I made. Everything up here, I have a folder that I'm going to share with Debbie, and she's going to share it with you. We pick across all the grade levels one word that we've agreed to as a grade level to do morphology on. That way we can share, how did your students do, what did you find? So when you see the yellow star, that's what we've done. This is what it has turned into, so that's that same week. So the teacher just puts the word up, so it's just this half sheet, identifies the part of speech, and they define it together. Then the kids start adding, if they know, some of the prefixes. Dis, well, what would that mean? Ing. So, and then she also does the spelling. They kind of review it, even if they haven't gotten to that spelling rule. So they're starting to do it. If they do those, like she writes it how they say it, believe it, and then they cross it out, they do the prefix here, and then they come up with a sentence. These are posted, so we have one teacher who posts those because all the grade levels are doing them, and then we have another teacher on this side who posts the three-word keyword outline. So we're starting to just kind of remind the kids and other classes what it looks like. So this is huge for the kids. This was one, so we let them make whatever word they want and then discuss if it's a real word. So if they're like, they're able to behave. So they can say it, or they're able to. What we've moved to now is we want the kids to, so misbehave, we don't want them just to say not behave. We want them to think of a word, how to describe that better. We don't care if they just describe it. It's like when I'm not making the right choices. Okay. So we don't want them just to do this, not behave, full of behave, you know, those kind. So that's what we've done for the morphology. They even do, this was amazing, and kids came up with all of these. So we did compound words. So they came like night, and then they made nightmare, nighttime, lunchtime, tons. So, and this takes 10 minutes, and we do it one time a week. So our vocabulary routine looks like the first day we introduce the words in context and reader-writer workshop. Second day is going to be context clues, shades of meaning, a 10-minute. Fourth day is morphology. Third day, fourth day is defining it using the 4 square. So this is on the third day, 10 minutes. You stop, even if they could keep going. Since it's outside, they can add to it. Classrooms have it posted, they can add to it. So it's intentional, but it has to go fast. We do this word relay. This can be what kids earn to do. So if we had 3 groups and we're a team, you go up and you have to circle the prefix or suffix. I give it to you. You go next. And then they might come back and describe them. And then the next one is they have a word, and you got your 3 teams again. 1, 2, 3. So I come up, unspell, whatever, if I use it. misspell. So the 3 teams are going about a minute, and then they kind of run out of ideas. In the folder that I have for you, there is tons of prefix, suffixes, words, and wonders. So I actually put the PDF that's in there and what pages to go to. And I gave you K through the 6th, because even some of those bigger ones in the 3 to 6, you could break it down for the K2. So they're all determined by different prefix, suffixes. So you can remake this each time. And this PowerPoint is also in the folder. So all you have to do is edit it. So this is just 10 minutes, they play it. The next time we embed is context clues for the kids. And so these are the 5 main ones we do. So it'll look like this. This next part, I have the whole PowerPoint for you in the, but they'll just introduce this, just one, not all 5. So clearly Carter is an avid reader. Whenever I see him walking down the hall, he's reading his book while he is walking. There is that same vocabulary word all 5 times, but you'll see the different ways you would figure out how to learn it. So the kids would talk and they're like, oh, he really likes to read. Well, how do you know that? Well, he's reading his book as he's walking down. He must be some. So there's your discussion about it. And then your next one would be an inferencing one, but I just put different types. This is, we cover the word because you're going to have your kids who know how to read it, so they're not going to use context clues. I did this because I did it on myself, and I'm like, oh, that's a context clue because I knew the word. And then Dr. Jacobs gave me a word I didn't know, and I was like, oh, I really have to use them. So they read it. Which of the following words means the same? They have the discussion. You're like empty because they have to say, oh, because I like it when it's full because now it looks sad. And then they have the word shown. So they don't see the word beforehand because it really doesn't make a difference. We're talking about the context clues. After 4 vary, the flowers began to, Mom watered them, droop. So what does that mean? So they said hot days, Mom watered, but, so you're teaching that signal word, means the opposite. So that's not good. The water's not working. So to kind of fall over, and then that's a synonym one. But they may not know what wilt is, but they can still figure it out. You can do this at kindergarten, and we start with ones like the blank meowed as he was, well, what is that? Cat, did I say cat? No. Oh, well, you had meowed. So you can start teaching them those inferencing at kindergarten. Doesn't have to be the big words. I have in that folder 32 task cards. Now what we've made sure is that's only done in whole group. It's not things you send out because it's not from Wonders. This is just to teach the mini lesson. And then they go and they use context clues for their Wonders material. In your Wonders Tier 2 vocabulary, there's tons of little activity sentences you can do that are right there for you to do the context clues. Then the next, Morphology's every week's context clue. Now the next 2 weeks we're going to focus on shades of meaning just to keep it going. This whole PowerPoint is in there for you, but we just talk about, because you say, why does an author use these words? So the players were pleased when they won the soccer game. Why do you think they just used pleased? Oh, must be the team wins often. So you're having the kids visualize, because the next one is excited. Why would the author use excited instead of pleased? So when they do win, they're extremely happy. And why would they use overjoyed? Maybe because they've never won. There you go. So they've never won. So you're teaching kids why the author uses different words. So then there's all of these are in here as the following 3 words. So then you do this whole group and you have the kids put them in order from the ball moves with lesser speed. So as they're saying them. And then the first one, we model a sentence. So I told my friend to blank the ant-covered apple over the fence. What would that be? Who says hurl? Okay, who says toss? So you see, you could do a formative right there, but it's hurl because it's ants, toss, throw. I pressed too hard. But there's your formative right there because you can have the kids. You can have them go to A, B, what the... So when they get to the next part, the 3 words are there, but now they have to come up with sentences and you do it in a group. Again, that's 10 minutes, done. But it's 10 minutes every day. And if they can use one of the wonders from the book while they do. And all that's in a folder. Yep. Any questions? That's fast.